What's up, guys? Just want to bring you a quick little video today about the water leak TSBs on all 2005 to 14 Mustangs. And today I'm going to be showing you just about every major source of leakage on these cars. Mine's a 2005. And what we're looking at here is the cowl grommet area underneath the plastic windshield panel. And what you'll see is, I've got all mine taken out except for this one here, but up until like mid-2008, these were sealed with foam tape. Got some of it down here, actually. And what happens is, over time, this foam will actually just dry up and allow water to seep past it. And when that happens, it'll fill up inside of the cowl channel behind these grommets and eventually just run down into your floorboard. Some of you may already have had this problem, actually, with your cabin air filter allowing water into your car. There are rubber grommets. You can see one of them down there. There's some on the driver's side in the same position. There's also some that come through the firewall down in the engine bay. Those just clog up with debris, dirt, leaves, and sticks, and what'll happen is this whole channel here will fill up with water and run in through your cabin air filter. If you haven't ran into that, I highly recommend you check that as soon as possible, because that is the #1 source of leaks on these cars. But there's a lot of videos about fixing that. What I haven't seen is anybody showing you how to replace the cowl grommets, how to seal these, as well as the forward pinch weld here, just below the cowl grommets. As you can see, there are huge gaps in the seam sealer, like right through here. There's absolutely nothing. And then there's a small spot of seam sealer right there. Another gap. And then more seam sealer, and it's like this all the way across. This is a problem from 2005 all the way up to 14. I believe midway through 08 they did address some of these problems, but if you have water coming into your floor, definitely check that. Anyways, today I'm going to be showing you how to remove and replace these cowl grommets. And it's pretty simple, really. All you need is a small hook tool. Now there's a clip on either side of these, and all you want to do is come in from one side here and just press in on one of these clips and lift that side out, and the whole clip will just come free. Now, I've already removed all of mine and all the foam tape, but here's the old one. Ford did release a revised retainer here that actually has a different kind of tape on it. You're supposed to heat this up and melt it in place when you apply it, but I just bought this to replace one of mine that got broken. What I will end up doing is I'll put all of the old ones back, and you can see them here. The new ones are actually slightly wider too, but I'll probably just end up sticking all the old ones back in and running some urethane seam sealer around them just to make sure that they never leak again. Here's the part number for anybody that's interested. So anyways, guys, I'm going to get to work sealing all these up. I'm going to run some seam sealer across the forward pinch weld here and just work it in real good with my finger. And that'll take care of my leaking problem. Now, there are a couple other places that these cars leak. The windshield weather strip is another big thing. The side windows, my bad. See, my car is completely stripped inside because of this problem. But what happens is this plastic piece here from the factory also is sealed with foam tape. And over time it does dry up, start to crack, and water will run past it. So all you have to do to replace that is just remove the weather stripping here. It just tacks right in. You pull it down, replace it if yours is worn. There are little tabs in certain places, but underneath this there are a bunch of torque screws that you remove, and this entire plastic piece here will come straight down. And what I did was I actually bought some of this Gorilla double-sided mounting tape. It was the perfect size, actually. See that? And it fit perfectly inside of this plastic panel here, and mine has not leaked a drop since. So just take yours off, strip them out real good, get them nice and clean, and use some of this Gorilla mounting tape to seal them up. Like I said, you can replace your rubber weather stripping if you need to. I went ahead and did that just to make sure that there was no chance of any leaks. I really don't want to have to pull the interior a second time, but what you'll end up with is you'll have water that just runs down directly over the smart junction box down here. And if that thing gets wet, it is extremely expensive to replace. Luckily, mine has not had any problems yet, but it has definitely gotten wet before. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to seal everything up, replace these cowl grommets, probably double check my my rubber grommets here to make sure that they're not clogged with any debris. And that ought to take care of my leak problems. Hopefully this video helps some of you out that have experienced similar issues with your S197s. Okay guys, here I'm just going to actually show you the application process of the seam sealer. I'm just going to put a nice medium-sized bead all around the hole here. Doesn't have to be crazy thick. Okay? And you simply just take your cowl grommet, snap it right in. And that's all there is to it, guys. Then once this sets up and dries, I'm going to go around it again and just kind of work it in with my finger to make sure that I've got it completely sealed. Alrighty guys, we got everything sealed up here real nice. You can see I just went for overkill with this stuff. There's no sense in trying to be neat about it because you're never going to see this anyway. The plastic cowl panel will cover up all of this, but just ran some seam sealer all along the pinch weld, worked it in with my finger, and then I went back over it again and just kind of dabbed it on with the tip of the gun. Now, something I did notice actually, these two corner pieces here on the very far sides, the hole is actually slightly different than the ones on the inside. It's actually bigger. So what I did was I used the new revised clip, because underneath the tape actually there's more surface area compared to the original one, which is extremely small, very little surface area on the back. So I actually went ahead and just used two of the new ones, and I put those here in the corners. And then of course I went ahead and sealed it up real good with some seam sealer. I found it's actually easier to get to these two on the corner if you close the entire hood. You can get to the ones on the inside with the hood up, but for these corner ones, just go ahead and close the hood. I also recommend using some kind of masking tape around the corner here to make sure you don't scratch the paint or get any kind of seam sealer on it. But yeah, that should do it. I'll let this stuff sit up for a while. You can see it's already pretty dry, but it's still kind of tacky. So that ought to dry up in about an hour or so. Come back and check my work. Yeah, definitely not pretty, but I don't think there'll be any water getting through that ever again. It's really all that matters to me. So yeah, hope you guys find this video helpful.